This video is going to be a continuation of solving systems by graphing. So we have a little bit different variation today. We're going to talk about horizontal lines and vertical lines. Horizontal lines are going to be of the equation y equals a number, and vertical lines are going to be in the form of x equals a number. Okay? So y equals a number, x equals a number. The reason it's horizontal is because y equals, so if y equals 2, then if you go to 2 on the y-axis, where is y always going to be able to equal 2? No matter where you go to the left or to the right. If you go up or down, what happens is the y value changes. So that's horizontal. Vertical is x equals. So to solve the system, what we're going to do is we're going to solve the two equations, x plus 4 equals 0. We're going to solve for the variable x. So what we do is we take x plus 4 equals 0, we get x by itself, and how do we do that? We subtract this 4 to the other side, and we get x equals negative 4. Now we're going to do the same thing for y minus 2. We're going to take that 2 and we're going to add it to the other side, and we get y equals 2. So now we have the two equations, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to graph the two lines. So x equals negative 4. So find negative 4 on the x-axis, which is right there, okay? Which is right here, negative 4. I'm going to put it in blue so it matches the equation over here. And it's a vertical line. So what I need to know is if x equals negative 4, where would x always equal negative 4? Well, if I moved up, the value of x is still negative 4. If I move down, the x value is still negative 4. So the graph is going to look something like this. Now, if y equals 2, okay, so what I do is I find y equals 2 on the y-axis, and then I think about what y would look like if you moved up or down, left or right. Well, if I move to the right, that value there is still 2 for the y value. If I move to the left, the y value there is still 2. Slide to the left or to the right, and you get these two lines, and the point of intersection is what we are looking for, which is right there, which would be the solution of the x value of negative 4 and the y value of 2. Alright, so now we're going to solve linear systems. Now, what happens if the solution, what happens in weird cases where maybe the lines don't intersect? So if you see here, it says if lines don't intersect. What does that mean? Well, if the lines don't intersect, then they have no solution, because the solution of a system is where the lines intersect. Well, if they don't intersect, they can't have a solution. The other one is if the lines are the same line. What does that mean? That means you have infinite solutions. Okay? That means that the lines intersect at an infinite amount of time. So they intersect at each ordered pair that makes that up, which is infinite. So it's called an infinite solution. It's not any solution, it's infinite. Okay? And that's basically if your lines are the same, it's infinite. If they never intersect, it's called a no solution. Okay? So let's look at an example here. So we have solved the system. Okay? So I'm going to solve the system. So notice it's 6y plus 12x equals 24. So I need to solve this for y equals mx plus b. So I take the 12 and I subtract it to the other side. So I'm going to get 6y equals negative 12x plus 24. And then divide that by 6. And I get y equals negative 12 divided by 6 is negative 2x. 24 divided by 6 is a positive 4. So there's the first equation. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the second equation. I'm going to subtract the 10 over. So I'm going to get 5y equals negative 10x plus 30. I then divide by 5 on both sides. And I get y equals negative 2x plus 6. When I divide, negative 2 divided by 5 is negative 10. 30 divided by 5 is 6. So then I graph the two equations. So graph the first one in blue, so the y-intercept is 4. And I have a slope of negative 2 over 1. Down 2, right 1. Down 2, right 1. Down 2, right 1. So on and so forth. And you get a graph that looks something like this. Now if I graph the one in red, my y-intercept is 6, and I have a slope of negative 2 over 1, and it's going to look something like this. Now notice what happens. If you graph it right, they are going to go right along right next to each other. Are those going to ever intersect? No, they're not. So what type of solution would they have? They would have no solution. And an easy way to tell this is, notice, look at the slopes. The slope here is -2. The slope here is -2. What that means is they're going to increase and decrease the same rate. The slope is the same. They're going to run at the same slope the entire time and never intersect. That's a no solution.